Let's talk about speeding.
Sewage, check that out. Views are beautiful down here, did you see that?
Jeez, Badge, I reckon I missed it. You just flew by.
When you're in control of a vehicle, you need to be aware of your speed.
What's the speed limit?
Oh, it's 100. Oh, you're right, I'm a touch over.
Be mindful of others and always travel within the speed limit.
Remember, Badge, we're not the only ones on the road.
That's a good call, man. I'll slow it down a bit.
There's some really simple things you can do to keep you safe on the roads.
Chatty,
Carlos, where you going, brother?
I'm just going for a KFC run.
You forget anything?
Just putting on a seatbelt will lower the risk of injury or even save your life.
Your seatbelt, you buffhead.
Oh, it's just 2 minutes down the road.
Yeah, but you better be safe than sorry.
We lose too many people that could have survived if they were wearing a seatbelt. Buckle up.
There's only one more thing I'm going to ask of you.
What do you want?
You know what I want, the wicked wings.
I'll get you some wicked wings.
I'll get you next time.
Right. Yeah.
Let's talk about driving when you're tired.
Mate, how good, what a game.
80-point turnaround, that was amazing.
You must be feeling pretty good. Kick 5.
7.
3 from the goal square.
Says you, that's half your career.
How are you feeling now? It's a fair drive?
To be honest, I'm pretty knackered. When you're behind the wheel, you need to be alert.
We'll maybe throw us the keys?
Yeah, at least go for the first half.
Yeah, sounds good.
Let someone else drive when you're tired and share the journey.
You get the boot, about time you do something.
Driver fatigue is a major cause of accidents on the road. Break your journey, share the driving, and know your limits.
Let's talk about getting distracted while you're driving.
Have you checked to see who's playing this week?
Mate, you'll be fine. Stop checking the phone. Mate,
I want to know if you're playing.
stop.
When you're driving, you've got to keep your wits about you. It's too easy to be distracted.
Hey mate, can you just pass me my phone?
Your phone.
I want to check who's playing this week.
But you're driving.
There's enough distractions on the road already without you causing your own.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Better safe than sorry.
Okay, you check it then.
Yeah, I'll check.
Let's talk about driving and alcohol. Frosty's 30th this weekend. You know it's going to be a huge one. What are we thinking? Are we going to go?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
If you're thinking of having a big one, you must plan ahead.
Obviously we're going to go. How do we get there?
I'm thinking I'm not going to drink, so I'm happy to drive us if you want.
That's so smart. It's a great idea.
Don't take risks. It won't only ruin your night, it could ruin your life.
Better to crash on the couch than on the road.
Done.
The Road Safety Advisory Council
And the Hawthorn Footy Club come together
To reach our goal of 0 deaths,
and serious injuries on our roads.
but we can't do it alone.
We need our supporters to help reach this goal.
Slow down
Buckle up.
Put your phones away and make sure to never drive
when you're tired or after drinking.
Can we hear me? Hello? We can. I've got an echo. While we're waiting for the cup to come down, it's important to see the cup because that's what you're playing for, the honour of taking home the Road Safety Advisory Council Tassie Hawks Cup. My name's Dave Cox. I'm the Head of Operations for Hawthorn Football Club here in Tasmania. And on behalf of my colleague Pat here, who you've seen all day, and AFL Tasmania, who's joined with us to put on today, and also the Road Safety Advisory Council, who's focused on making sure that you as potential new young learner drivers take to the roads as the safest possible drivers you can be. We're delighted to welcome you here today to UTAS Stadium in what surprisingly has been an amazing weather day today. We were expecting some showers, but it would be remiss of me not to first up acknowledge that the grounds we're playing on this whole area was once and still is Aboriginal land, and so we acknowledge the Litera Mirina peoples and the Penina peoples of Launceston who originally roamed these lands on the banks of the Cunnamulla Tamar River. Always was and always will be Aboriginal land, so we pay our respects to the original custodians and elders past, present and those future. So any First Nations people here today, we welcome you, or we acknowledge that this is your land, and thank you for letting us share this place. Well done to each of you and to Devonport, which may be around somewhere, to have made it this far. You represent your regions, obviously, so win, lose or draw today, you each have done very well in reaching this milestone. This is only, I think, the fourth or fifth female Tassie Hawks Cup that we've run, so we're incredibly proud of you and honoured to be able to host you today on this field today. In a few days' time, this field will play host to an AFLW game where North Melbourne will be playing someone else. But the fact that you are playing on the same field as an AFLW team in a few days' time says a lot about where you've come and where you're going. And we hope that in future years, you will look back on these opportunities and think, yeah, we were part of the foundation of Tasmania's AFLW team, which will happen in years to come. I would like to take an opportunity also really quickly now to thank our umpires and officiators for their support today. So thank you. To obviously the coaches and the schools for supporting the Cup and getting you here, and to the parents, carers, grandparents, guardians, whoever it might be that's come along to watch and give you support. We also thank you for your time and effort and support. Without further ado, I think we will now play the national anthem. Alrighty, play hard, play safe, play fair, have an amazing time. Good luck, ladies.
And good day, everybody. It's Duff TV. We've got the Hawks Cup Grand Final, and it's Prospect High School versus Clarence, who are yet to have a score put on Aaron Roberts. And Jodie Clifford, the head of female talent. G'day, Jodie.
G'day, Aaron. How you going?
Very good. Now, Clarence pretty confident. They made some changes in the last game, chatting to both the teachers that were involved, but I expect Prospect, they've had a nice break, they've had some lunch, and hoping that they're going to come out and firing and try and get a score on the board nice and early. So the rush ball in. So Clarence going to the right hand side. We've also got Bailey Aziz, who's weirdly in my left ear. I'm his manager at the moment, and he's now permanently in my ear. That's him talking at the moment. So
Well done. Well done, girls. Play on.
So Clarence inside forward 50 at the moment. The Barron girls have been great. We've had wonderful Stevie Johns with 5 goals. They're going to get the first shot on goal. And in the first opening minute, Clarence are away.
Yeah, it's good to see the girls running into the right spots there, and a nice open forward line makes it easy to score, doesn't it?
Well, it does. They've got plenty of confidence at the moment. Sorry, we had to turn down Bailey's Izzy. He was actually in my earpiece. And sorry, Bailey, you put me off, mate. We needed just to... We might just bring him in and out of the action when there's an interesting umpiring decision. So stoppages will be the key for Prospect to keep themselves in the game at the moment. And in the ruck, looks like Williams is in there. So it's gone forward again. Defensive work for Kikak. Comfortable marker defence. So she's going to play deep at the moment.
There's a lot of open space out there for the girls, so let's see if they can create a little bit of run and utilise that space.
Low, the couple to beat. Couldn't beat Bowring. Looks up. Took some time from 50 metres out, and it's to the right. Gee, that right foot of hers is dangerous.
It certainly is. Don't we all wish we had one of those?
And just her ability to actually dispose of the ball with so much more confidence than some of the other players. I'd imagine she's a handful for opposition players to work with when you play games, Jodie.
Yeah, absolutely. She always gets a lot of attention, and as a double bottom major, yeah, it's exciting as to what she might be able to do over the coming years in the Devils space.
So quite a few 7-8 players, or sorry, grade, I should say year 7-8. We don't say grades anymore, do we? Year 7-8 for the Clarence team. So they've got a lot of depth in this side. A few grade 7 girls, a few grade 8 girls. So there's some competitiveness as Cheek gets the ball quickly out to one of, looks like Bates out there. And just slaps her over the boundary line. I reckon we'll have a throw up. So there's the Clarence High School side. Full of really competitive players through Lauderdale and Clarence Junior Football Club, and a few senior players. And there's one of their senior players, Hayley Hart. And a ball up.
Hayley's played well today, both when she's gone forward and through the ruck.
Done the little things too, Hayley. Lots of blocks. She's got good awareness where the ball is. That's a wonderful mark. I think that's Ratcliffe. She took a couple of good marks in game number 2. Looks wanting to handball it off. Decides just to stick it up towards the square. And Lenani takes a great defensive mark. Pretty quiet in the second game. She might have even had a bit of a spell, and she's going to be busy down back.
It's a good kick.
Yep.
Into space. Can they clear the back 50, Prospect?
This has been their challenge. Kingsley had it, and then the ball's being lost towards Evie Ward, then the rush ball towards goal, and it's across the left. So, I mean, it's a tough one to work out, Jodie. But what's a strategy when you've got a dominant defensive and forwards team for Prospect to work this out of defence?
Yeah, I think they've just got to get numbers over here to the fall of the ball and hope that they can create a stoppage and then look to work the footy out, but they've got to contest that, so...
Yeah, it's pretty hard to contest when Alice Bowring gets it, drives it back inside half, forward again, balls it loose. It's been thrown out by Boone. Still loose ball. That's probably holding the football. Now the umpire says, no, it's okay. Now it's gone in towards the hands of Ratcliffe again. Quick shot towards the goal. It's gone over the top of the fingertips, and Clarence have got the early lead here in the grand final.
Yeah, I think this centre bounce here, Prospect really have to get a clearance out of here and put Clarence's defenders under a little bit of pressure by just working it into their forward 50. Just give their defenders half a minute to have a little bit of a break.
So the Roos with a couple of scores to get themselves going. Yeah, 2 goals, 2-14.
I really like the forward pressure of Mia Radcliffe for Clarence. She's in around the fall of the footy, and her second efforts are sensational, just to lock the footy in their forward line.
Yeah, he's at that replay goal. It was a nice finish by Crow. That's her first goal.
Bowering to Bowering, and then inside 50.
I said to Pete Hampton, the teacher, you can't have that. There's got to be a rule. No, but the Bowrings can't pass to each other.
It's got to be a player in between.
Yeah, there has to be someone else touch the ball. There's Stevie Johns inside forward 50, as she has done so often today. Richardson, under a lot of pressure down in defence, has been outstanding, and that's not a bad way to deal with it. Just throw them over the boundary line. So Bowring in the ruck contest, nearly thought about on the boot, low with the clearance. Hart now gets it. Out towards Lima. She had a flying shot. Kikoak in there and just pretending she was trying to release it. Just looking to set up here at the moment. Clarence.
Prospects' positioning around the stoppage is really quite good. They just need to get on the move a little bit, so when it comes on the outside that they can run.
Yeah, so you saw the Kikoak was the only one moving. She actually was in the ruck contest and then got onto the ball. The others were a little stationary, but you're right, they were positioned quite well. It's a rush ball out of the pack. Bates trying to compete with the football. As a player who's just done what she wanted, Evie Ward. It's been just dropped. Kikoak had that for a second, and Liani then releases it. Now they've got a little bit of space. Can Gibbons look upfield? She probably needs to pop it on the turf. She does the old double bouncer and then felt pressured, and that affected the kick. It was rolling up towards Boland, and she able to force a contest at half forward. If they could just get a stop here as Bowring tries to force her way through. Probably a little hold as she was trying to duck her way through, and Matt Phillips said no, she ducked ahead, so good contest there from Prospect. Little scrubby ball off the ground. Ward, and then on to Stevie Johns. In towards the half-forward line. Bowring just belts it. And the quick snap towards the goal. And Clarence have got their third. So a neat little finish then from him. That was Ivory. They're throwing their forwards around today.
Transition the ball well from out there at the stoppage on the wing, and just able to create space and get the footy out of the front of the stoppage, and that's really hard to defend.
Stevie Johns again. It's a good finish too, under considerable pressure from Ivory. Had a little bit of time up forward now.
Hey girls.
Pretty relaxed, don't they, over there?
Well, by Bailey, play on.
There we go. Bailey's is the umpire on the...
Play on. Play on, well done.
Priya handballs it across. Now it's enter inside forward 50 again. Oh, the waiting arms of Richardson gave away a free as she was trying to find some space and get the opposition player off her, and stuck a hand right in the middle of the neck of the goal kicker.
Tempting the Dusty Martin.
I suppose the problem is if you're not as tall. Ivory on goal. She's kicked a couple. So Ivory with a snap, and now with a set shot after winning a free kick. And Clarence have got the early advantage.
Yeah, she's obviously a proven goal kicker. She's kicked 29 goals in her club footy this season. So she knows where the big sticks are and not afraid to find them today.
Oh, good. Yeah. 100%.
That was a decent whack. It was a decent free kick. It was definitely a free kick in the end. She ensured the umpire saw it too. So
us folk that aren't quite so tall, we often cop the high fend-offs because you probably never had one of those.
No, I have copped it when I go to concerts. That if I stand anywhere near the front, I get abused by shorter people. So, and as is always the case, something's burning in the Glebe Garden area. It's always something just weird stuff that's going on over there. All right, so we're at the
Prospect are out here.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of an entry. Come on, Prospect. One towards Gibbons. Rushed inside forward 50. Numbers were around then for Prospect. It was looking for Williams. And then Donnelly was there too. And we've got a hold up. And there's the goal kicker in the first game.
It's their first real inside 50 entry in this game, so it's good for their backs to be able to get a bit of a breather.
But look who it is Bowering. And she just races and challenges and tackle and holding the ball. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. She may have just got a fist to it in the end. Now the releasing ball outside. Lehman might get onto it first. She's got a great amount of speed. Can she tap it up to herself? Goes once and then gets dragged. That just held and allowed a bit of defence to come from Prospect High School. Done a good job here, Prospect, because they're out then. And they're away, Clarence.
Oh, that's a clean pickup. Well done.
Umpire just holding the whistle at the moment, letting the game flow, which is great. Half forwards where it's kicked. Drifting back into the pack was Crow. Goes for a second time. She tries to pop it over the top towards Ratcliffe. And Kiko X said, "No, I'm just going to pop you in the turf and we'll have a throw."
I reckon the Prospect midfielders have to get a little bit more defensive here. They've just got to push down in. You can see Clarence have got all the numbers on the outside.
That's to it, and that's relating in repeat entries and also multiple kicks, and that's out of bounds. So Prospects will chuck it back. I'll have a throw up here. Bowering in the ruck contest. Drills it towards the goal. Ratcliffe first to it. Another little don't argue by Richardson. And she's given away another free kick. In fact, there might have been Boom, but anyway, a free kick given away. And Clarence going to have a shot on goal here. Tight in the pocket, a tough spot, but the breeze might help bring it back. And into that was nearly a pass to Stevie Johns and out of bounds. Would you bother about trying to run with anyone in this type of game, Jody? It doesn't always help, does it?
No. And there's so many. Clarence have got.
Well, Bowering out of the pack, and she's at the post.
So many key ball winners that I think if you try to run with them, you almost lose any ability to be able to attack. So I guess they just have to be a little bit more accountable. They can't give them any space, but they've got to be prepared to be able to run off them as well.
Yeah, take a bit of risk. But you're right, the half forwards just need to try and push down and just prevent Clarence getting easy shots on goal. It's just wobbling in front of Triffett. Out towards Hart. Bounce inside forward 50 again. Got numbers around this ball. Linkage handball was the option. Still a quick rush ball in. The goalkeeper's back, Richardson, and she's going to knock it out towards the pocket.
The foot race can't give away a free kick
Well, that's
here.
good from Kiko. Actually came in and shut that down on Stevie Johns. And then a settling ball by Ward. And Evie couldn't make her pay.
A big ground and the girls look tired.
They've also got to climb the fence too to get the footy. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Dave Cox from the GM for Hawthorn, he's retrieving footies at the moment.
Know your role, play your role.
Yeah. Hasn't gone too far. It's gone to Bates and it's gone out. So Clarence ball here. So Martin's got it. She had a lead on from Bowering. She decided no. She's got now Ward on the bike. It actually might end up coming towards Bowering because it just came off the toe of the boot. Yeah, they just, I can take Clarence, it's a tough gig. They're playing, I suppose, 1.5 games of football with around about a 25-minute lunch break. So they stuffed down some wraps and hopefully they're going to get indigestion as they came back out in the ground.
Refueled. I don't think young players get indigestion, actually.
No, true. It's just an old person's issue. That and gout.
Once you get over 25, you've got to worry about the indigestion.
All the fun things for these girls to worry about as they get older. Off half back here, Bowering in best position. She's going to win it. You just always knew she's going to get it.
It was a good kick if Priya Bowering wasn't sitting underneath it.
It's one of those ones, can you avoid it? Just waiting under the pack is Crow. Did she go to handball that one on? For a sec, I thought Alice was running past, but she might have just got in the way.
I think she just got in the way. Alice was like, let me have the footy.
Oh, she's tripped over a foot. So Crow's got it. She's been lively throughout the day. She's going to kick from 30 metres. She's got the wind behind her back. It's a decent breeze, as we can tell by the white smoke off the island. It's a low ball. It's drilling. It's straight. It's a goal.
Yeah, again, set up by Priya Bowring there, so intercept mark, and then such a good user of the footy. Just to be able to drive that football deep inside 50. A lot of times we've seen the girls' footy that we get really shallow entries, and obviously it's hard to lock the football in there, but when you've got Priya Bowring delivering the ball inside 50, you know that it's going to hit a target and it's going to be deep enough to defend.
There we go. It's all fine, everybody. What's that little Mini doing up there? A Volkswagen. Is that actually on a roof of something? It's a bit odd, doesn't it? It's a bit going on over there, isn't it? With Joe. Joe does a bit of weird stuff over there.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's all fine. I'm sure it's all above board. The bridge has been moved. He got told off. He had to take his bridge out off the river.
And now he's burning it.
He's burning something.
Hayley Hart up and about.
I've been super impressed with Hayley.
Yeah, so she rucked for the under-16 girls team on the Gold Coast. Her and Neve Harding, so obviously both here today, one for Clarence and one for Devonport, so, and a really good ruck duo in playing their role. Oh, I would have called that holding the ball.
Do we want to put a little note down there and just mention if the umpire's in the review?
I think I'll need to let Matt know that.
He was the controlling umpire too. Maybe we just need to put a little note next to him, but they've been great. Really appreciate Matt and Bailey coming up from Hobart for the games, and John and the other umpires who have helped us out, and also Ryan as well, giving up a couple of days of work to be involved in some umpires. It's been rushed in towards the pocket. It's been Ivory's hand. She's kicked a couple of goals and now she's taken it over. Yeah, Hart's being, I mean, Neve was good in the last couple of games too. She was certainly in the top couple of players for Devonport, competed right to the very last minute.
We'll see Alice Bowring take the ruck in the forward line here.
Look at that. Protected the space and was able to get the handball. And this is where Clarence have been so good at being able to get shots. It's on towards Stevie Johns. She's done Stevie John things all day, and that is kicking goals. And that is, I think, goal number 6 for Stevie.
Yeah, she's certainly handy with the footy and knows where those big sticks are. So
just see the space there. They got sucked in a little bit, and then Stevie just waited for the little ricochet. Nathan mentioned in the last game she doesn't get drawn too far into the football when the contest is on, and often these are spilling out.
Yeah, and she holds her position well. So a lot of the time we see people ball watching and they kind of creep and drift in a little bit closer. But she held her space and obviously is rewarded for that in a good spot. And
we're not trying to spy on anyone over there. We're just curious what's going on the island. Back into the action here. So little stoppage then. They've just progressed the ball. So it's 40-0. We're nearly at half time.
Yeah, Prospect have really got to set themselves a goal here to try and get a score on the board. They've had a deep inside 50 and they've just got to keep working away and repeat stoppages here, I reckon, and try and force that footy inside.
Well, that'll help if Polfman does more of that. She's been pretty competitive throughout. The ball's been knocked inside the half-forward line. It should roll out. And reprieve for Prospect. Here we go, the inside 50 is 8-2. It feels more, but the 8's been for a long period of time.
In.
Yeah, long. Oh, we've just moved to 10, so
we caught up.
Yeah. Kick away at ground level. Can't win it.
Yeah, I'd almost like to see her up in the middle. I think, obviously, yes, she's a great defender, but I think they need her presence around the footy.
And she's been playing more mid for North too this year after being a predominant sort of half-back defender in the 14s. That's in the square.
It's obviously pretty hard to defend once the footy gets down there.
Yeah,
so maybe the Prospect coaches can have a little bit of a look at how they can be a little bit more proactive in getting her up around the footy. She's a similar size to Priya, and she's obviously pretty athletic as well, so she'd be able to compete there around the ground.
You can see the two of them go in the ruck, and that was a nice little passage of play. It's been knocked out by Crow. Crow in the pockets. Can she find a little way through? She decides handball is the option. Spills it off, and a great little goal from Evie Ward. Great work then from Crow to keep that ball live.
Just really lining up there, aren't they?
Yeah, we're a few, weren't they? It's a nice little snap. You'll see here, good contest in the ruck. No one really won the ball. See, the ball was kept in really well here by Crow, and then that needed to be killed then by Clark. That's a good finish. She was never going to handball. She had 3 players to handball. Never going to handball.
Never. Not when you're that close.
Yep.
And you know where they are. The blue Volkswagen's got me intrigued now.
Yeah, it looks like it's on the roof of something.
It does look like it's on the roof.
Might be just an optical illusion from... It's apparently on a shipping container. That's normal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I park my cars at home.
If I had a combi, I'd put it on a shipping container.
Yeah, totally. It's an advertising something.
It's a Volkswagen type of thing.
You probably lift it up, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
A couple of your mates come around, a couple of drinks, and I'll lift the Volkswagen onto the shed. Ball's just loose. The goal kicker and one of the better players up forward. There's Kikuak defending at the moment gamely, but she gave away the handball towards Hart, and then the ball gets rushed inside the forward 50 line. Real pressure now for Richardson to contend with. She's got the very dangerous Stevie Johns harassing her, and it's a hold, and it should be a free kick to Prospect. We've always mic'd up. The field umpires. I reckon we should mic up the goal umpires.
Yeah,
Wouldn't say a lot, would they?
I feel like Bernie would have a lot to say.
Just to himself.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's half time here. It's a commanding lead to Clarence High School. 7-4-46, but look, there was competitive moments then for Prospect. Just the goal kickers. There was Ivory with a couple. Crow cropped up and kicked one. Bosworth one. Nice early Stevie Johns with that wonderful snap. So it's a dominant performance as we expected. 3rd game in a row for Clarence. They'll need to move things around. But Jodie Clifford, a couple of comments before we have a break.
Yeah, no, I really like the way Clarence moved the football, and you can see the link up between Priya Bowring and Evie Ward through the middle there that gets the ball inside 50, but then also their midfielders follow in and they create a bit of an outnumber inside the forward 50. They're always on their toes, and you can see that they're playing with each other, for each other. So I think Prospect have just got to really look to play man on. And if their opponent goes somewhere, they're just going to need to follow and try and shut that down a little bit. And if they can get some repeat stoppage through the middle and get the ball deep inside their forward 50, they might be able to lock it in and snag a goal or a score just to give them the credibility they deserve.
Yeah, look, the few times they've been in, it's come out pretty easily. The Bowring girls seem to be everywhere at the moment. Great work, though, from Clarence. They're up pretty early. Have a break here on Dove TV. Hawks Cup Grand Final 2023, brought to you by Road Safety Advisory Council. We'll be back soon. Little scrubby ball off the ground. Ward, and then on to Stevie Johns. In towards the half-forward line. Bowring just belts it. And the quick snap towards the goal. And Clarence have got their 3rd. So a neat little finish then from him. That was Ivory. They're throwing their forwards around today.
Why Alice was like, let me have the footy.
Oh, she's tripped over a foot. So Crow's got it. She's been lively throughout the day. She's going to kick from 30 metres. She's got the wind behind her back. It's a decent breeze. We can tell by the white smoke off the island. It's a low ball. It's drilling. It's straight. It's a goal.
Yeah, again, set up by Priya Bowring there. So
yeah, Hart's being. I mean, Neve was good in the last couple of games too. She was sitting in the top couple of players of Devonport. Competed right to the very last minute.
we'll see Alice Bowring take the ruck in the forward line here.
Look at that. Protected the space and was able to get the handball, and this is where Clarence have been so good at being able to get shots. It's on towards Stevie Johns. She's done Stevie John things all day, and that is kicking goals. And that is, I think, goal number 6 for Stevie.
Priya, and she's obviously pretty athletic as well, so she'd be able to compete there around the ground.
You can see the two of them go in the ruck, and that was a nice little passage of play. It's been knocked out by Crow. Crow in the pockets. Can she find a little way through? She decides handball is the option. Spills it off, and a great little goal from Evie Ward. Great work then from Crow to keep that ball live.
Just really
last half action. You're on Duff TV. Hawks Cup Grand Final. Aaron Roberts, Jodie Clifford in the commentary box. And Jodie, you mentioned a few things. We just want to see a prospect score, don't we? That's our aim in this half.
And they've got the win this quarter.
It's about a 2 to 3 goal breeze in real time, and we'll just see how they go.
See them work the footy down there. That's a great start.
Yeah, Gibbons has been pretty effective when she's moved into the ruck. Clark's going to try and get on this ball. She might be a good Eastern option just to run on the ball for a little while. She's a great little competitor. Now it's fallen in the hands of Uxorius, who had the most engaging and entertaining second half in the last game, where she missed 4 shots on goal, each one of them with a big smile on her face. So she's my pick of the players who have given me a little bit of warmth today. Hayley Hart with another clearance. The ball's loose on half forward. They've been all right in this bit, but it's just been the ability to continue to win the ball after ball, isn't it, Jodie?
Yeah, and you'd see there Priya Bowring just reading the ball so well. She's 3 steps in front of her opponent, and had she been clean below the knees there, then Clarence would have exited that area really, really quickly.
Yeah, and Priya hasn't thrown herself at the footy as much as what she might do in a club game or a Coates League game. She's let a few of her other teammates have a role to play, and there's a clearing ball by Crow.
The other wall.
There should be a prospect ball. So Zoe Kingsley had a really good first game. Her first half against Devonport was fabulous. That's just the difference between the two teams, because she gave Priya all the chance to come over the top of Gibbons, and now they might get a clearance here. They do. It's via Ratcliffe I've been impressed with. Nordstrom missed the handball, went back again.
Ratcliffe up around the footy. Is she this half?
Yeah, it might be.
Bowring on the ball.
Bowring to Bowring. That's what I said you're not allowed to do. But
and you've got Evie Ward streaming in there from the midfield with no opponent.
So maybe just not sure who's playing on who once they sort of drift forward, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. They're just losing touch on their direct opponent, and then obviously as a defender, the last thing you want to see is a midfielder running through with nobody alongside them, because you've got to leave your own opponent. And well done to Clarence. They're able to create that overlap and that outnumber, and they get another opportunity.
Evie Ward's shot's going to fall short. It's a mark taken right in defence. I think that's Richardson.
That's a great call.
Yeah. That's looked like she controlled it. Out wide's the option. Geez, I'm going to have a chat to Brendan Polk around these numbers. I saw him before. I'm going to put an official complaint into Prospect High School with
we've got
4 number 11s.
2 23s.
Yeah.
A couple of 12s.
Well, fortunately, one of the better players isn't playing today for Prospect as well. Jamie Todman's not playing.
I hadn't seen Jamie out there.
So I thought Jamie before I think she was running around doing some water carrying. So she's one of the better players they're missing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
and would play through the middle normally and provide them a little bit
Here's
of run.
another chance for Clarence High School. Ward held on to, and it affected the kick and the goalkeeper in defence.
Yeah, I reckon just struggling kicking into that wind. Or against the wind.
Well, look at that. That cleared the pack by 7 or 8 metres, didn't it?
Yeah, so that wind is quite considerable.
Kingsley with a clearance, half forwards where the ball is, up towards Bell Chambers. Thanks to the camera person too. He's been here all day since about 9:30 taking shots. Maybe he's getting some shots of the smoke. Not really artistic, is it?
No, probably not what he's taking photos of.
Not what he's after. Or the Volkswagen on the top of the shipping container. It's been a long day. I must admit, I've got a bit of work building up, but thanks, Jodie, for coming in. I know you had a busy morning. We saw a group of students get a tour of the facility earlier.
Yes, yeah.
Well, we've got Nathan Warren doing he's helping out. So we've got all the staff on today. I think everyone's occupied.
All hands on deck.
So I hope you've enjoyed the coverage. We've enjoyed the boys' games tomorrow. So that's Prospect, St Brendan Shaw College and St Virgil's College, the 3 teams competing. First time seeing St Brendan Shaw and also Prospect Hawks for the last 6 or 7 years. It's tight in the pocket.
Yeah, it's great to see some different schools, and In the last 3 or 4 years, the standards have really lifted, even of school football.
Yep.
And obviously, there's some names that we've mentioned that we know that are playing club footy, but the majority of the girls running around out there would be playing some form of football outside of school. And it's great that they get that opportunity to then come in and represent their school and play in the Hawks Cup finals today.
Yeah, it means a lot. I know that quite a few of the schools. There's a shot towards goal. I know that St Virgil's, who are the dominant sides, they lost last year. It's Martin Duffy. Got the locked off camera. G'day, Martin. Another game of footy. We're at 1,733, Martin. Yep.
And a few more tomorrow.
Yep. I'm not sure. We're counting 2 20-minute halves, Martin. Yeah, we are. We're ticking them down as a full footy game. Ball's been locked in here for a little while. They're battling really hard. Alani with a nice tackle. And she's won a free kick, so they'll have a chance to just get it out for a little bit and give them a little bit of reprieve.
Just seeing a little bit of movement there from the midfielders for Prospect, trying to create some space and some options.
Yeah, but it's first on to it's Bosworth. It's been pretty quiet. That was out of bounds. It's hard to tell with no boundary umpires. Matt Phillips did a great job considering he wouldn't have even seen that ball go.
He couldn't see. He just had a
punt.
Yeah,
I need a breather.
so.
I need a breather.
Let's slow it down, girls. Slow it down.
Haley Hart in the ruck. It's it down to Bowering. Look for a handball. Oh, that's not allowed. Bowering to Bowering.
Should have gone herself.
Should not have handballed that ball.
I'm pretty sure she
looked
just
for the
told
assist.
Alice then that too.
Yeah. Who's got the ranking there? I think we just saw. It was a right hand. It was a good handball at the end. Alice just needed to accelerate a little bit to get a bit of gap off the defender.
They do have a little bit of a competition as to who is the better Bowering.
Right.
Quite the chirp between the two of them.
Okay.
So Priya will be pretty excited to get her hands on one here, just to prove that she is the top Bowering.
They actually have obviously some similarities, but they do play it indifferently at times, and that's Nordstrom in the pocket.
Yeah, Mark, obviously.
There we go. Right on cue. And I think that has been touched. Very confident goal umpire and a minor score. Yep, clearly touched on the line by Kikoak. Good job from her. She's been mostly in defence in this grand final.
And great job from our goal umpire down there. Yeah,
first game, which is controversial. I'm not sure he's qualified. He's qualified in many things. Bricklaying is one of them.
Well, he didn't need to go call for the replay there. And
No, we've got it all set up to go. If you need to, you could just text me. It's about a 30-second turnaround, so it might be a little bit too long. We're on half forward here. Might be a free kick here to Clarence. It's on towards Ratcliffe's. Had a really good quarter. Great contest as Kikoak came across and squashed the ball on Ward. She then tries to break through 3 defenders. She wasn't able to, and it's been belted out again. Up towards half back now for Prospect High School. Can they try and win this out the back? Players going involved was low, and it's been held up. Asorius did a good job because Low was away.
Just see the Prospect midfielders trailing in there, trying to get there in time.
Bowering just pointing to people. Oh no, I'm going to just boot it out of that little contest. Kikoak down to it first. It goes towards Alice. She gets it one way. She gets it off towards Ward. She gets around Kikoak. Ward steady, swings towards goal. It's going to hold up in the breeze. It's still at goal level, and it's been touched through for a minor. McDonald with a chance. Let's see the replay to see the ball being held up by what is a stiffish breeze at the moment.
Oh, and just unlucky not to get a boot to that as it rolled over the line. Good kick.
Nice ball out towards Kingsley.
She just needs someone moving wide for her. That's not Priya Bowering.
Yeah, so Priya wins it onto a right boot. She's been cut down a little bit in this quarter, not getting as many sort of open possessions. Now it's Crow. She went to bounce it, and the ball didn't come back. Now she has another go. Lehman out. A rush ball on towards Ward. Really tight and a little too tight. Made it difficult and a minor score. So the points adding up, 7-8-50. And Prospect still 0-0-0. I'd love to see a score. They got the breeze. Let's see if they can manage it. Low, waiting for the footy. It's missed her and it's found Bosworth.
And it's really hard for Clarence, those forwards. They want to kick goals, and you can see that they're wasting some of those opportunities. So I'd just like to see them look and find a person in a better position and
Well, there's
look
one.
to give a hands off, or rather than just blazing away.
Yeah, they're looking for a bit of glory at the moment on the live stream. Maybe at the moment Barry missed it, and on towards McDonald. Nordstrom. Oh, she's gone backwards. It's gone high into the air. Rugby style. It's still at ground level. Clark endeavouring to squish it. In fact, that's cheek. And we'll have a ball up. 15 out.
Just see the Clarence there setting up that wall just inside the 50.
Good communication to have that set up too, because that's obviously not a coaching, that's the players are communicating. Evie Ward straightens it up, but the breeze just pushes it to the right.
I think that's her 4th shot this quarter. She'll get one in a minute.
Yeah, no lack of trying from Evie Ward. She certainly has an idea where the 2 big sticks are at the end of the oval. Bay's gone on.
Yeah.
Hart misses it. Lima goes in again. Bowering stands up, looks to pass the ball back to Hart. Those two have been really prominent. Like she's just taken on the side of her face. Gets it back again, does Hart.
10 minutes gone and we've only had 1 goal kicked in this quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they've been pretty good. Leonie's done a good job in defence. The other defenders have been pretty competent for Prospect. But you're right, they're lining up. There's Mr. Hampton again. He's nearly in the pocket now. He's looking for his own goal. Ward underneath it, and that's a really well judged mark as the ball started to drop into the breeze. Too far out, 45, pocket. Pops it up. Look at that ball, that really is dropping a long way from where the players think it is.
Yeah, 3 Clarence players just sort of waited for that.
Well, Priya picks it up and drills it towards the goal. Nordstrom should be able to grab this one, and she's going to handball it back. Great defensive pressure coming through by Cheek. She needed to put a tackle on, and I'll have a throw up here.
This is where Prospect just need to be really accountable and make sure that everybody's standing with the player.
And Nordstrom got it. Oh, it's on to the very dangerous Steve Johns. Goal number 7. And Clarence run away with the grand final victory here over Prospect, but it's all about Prospect trying to get a score. It's interesting because she wasn't in the best position then initially, Stevie Johns, but she was still able to have enough time to turn it and find the goals.
Yeah, and patience was really good there. Again, held her space, didn't creep in, and the footy came to her. Evie Ward looks like she's rotating off, so she's had her 4 shots. And
You've had your chance, Evie.
Yep.
I'm not sure we're waiting for the light of the stream to start again, the little light that comes up after the ads finish. Anyway, we finally got the game back underway again. Prospect had a chance. Hart looks up, spins.
Priya Barring's moved to half back. So Clarence just rotating their players through the midfield, which is great to see.
Lani fighting hard for the ball. Probably taken without the footy. No, the umpire said you had a chance to dispose of it. And that's a fine tackle. And Clarence will rock and roll back inside their forward 50 again. They've gone a little wide out towards Brown, who's led up a couple of times in this game and also late in the second game. Had a bit of time up forward, enjoyed that roll. 56-0. It's been a tough old day for everyone who's taken up against Clarence. I think Clarence should have to play again. I'm not sure who against. North Launceston's training. I reckon they'd go a chance to beating North on his senior side. I've enjoyed watching their play, so thanks very much to Clarence who've ordered the... there's Nordstrom in the pocket. She's got a quick kick. Brown's got it. I don't reckon that went the distance. Apparently they're having a stop at Epping Forest Clarence High. They've made the order. They've let the Epping Forest Roadhouse know that they will be there at around about 3:30. So if you're anywhere near Epping Forest, you're going to get a a bunch of teenage girls with a grand final trophy in the van, a couple of cheeky teachers and support staff ready for some deep fried food. That's a shot on goal, and that is another. And Clarence continue on their merry way, and a nice little finish by Triffett.
It's been called a behind by the goal umpire. Quite controversial.
No, just look. I thought
there was celebrations.
Sorry, that was terrible by me. I looked at the goal umpire. I felt his energy. I felt he was going for a goal, and he is. It must be touched, was it? No, it must have been touched, was it? Yeah. Okay. No conversation when the goal umpire and the field umpire. Would have been good if they had to come together and had a little conversation.
Oh, he's definitely taking his role very seriously today.
Well, this is important stuff. This is his... Ryan there made his debut. He did the Div 3 on the high school grand final. Then he did the Div 2 one last week in the field. So now he's backing up in the goals.
Just the
versatility. We've got it on the replay again. It must have been touched off the hands because... Well, look, we'll have to go back. We'll be getting that one out at the Christmas party.
Yeah.
Inside jokes aren't really winning here at all for anyone else. Browning, it takes a nice little mark. So Priya's got it just forward of the centre of the ground. She's always looking for better options. Lima was, Brown I should say, was one of those.
The one thing she does do is she doesn't just blaze away. She always lowers her eyes and she looks for a target here. So she could kick long if she wanted to, but she's actually looking to hit somebody up. Yeah,
great to get a teammate involved. She's found Hayley hard a few times. They found each other a few times. Hayley goes high. Hikowak. Oh, at the back. That was really a mark taken. I reckon that might be a jump ball. As Liani down. She had a great little battle with Stevie Johns, hasn't she?
She was probably unlucky there. She was in front.
Yeah, I reckon that one was a 50-50 one in the end. So we have a throw up here. Liani's got a big smile on her face. She's up against it. Assist here, Tanisha's enjoyed the day as well. There's Stevie Johns rushing out of the pack to kick a goal. Doesn't feel fair, does it?
Thank you, Ryan.
No, it doesn't, but Stevie's been great in this game, both quarters, so she's been able to kick 2 this quarter, I believe, or this half. And
hang on, the coach is on the ground now. I'm not sure he's broken a rule. Surely, Mr. Hampton, he's actually wandered onto the ground. Get off.
He doesn't have a runner's top on either.
No, runner's top. Going to have to get some rules. Get off, Pete. Thank you.
Obviously, it was an important message. He's trying to do some rotations and make sure everybody gets a game.
The runner clearly wasn't doing the job, so he's managed to get his instructions out there.
He's taken it into his own hands. And
I actually don't think they have a run. Have they got a runner? I'm not sure they do.
No, I don't think they do. Maybe that's his official role.
Yeah, okay. He needs to wear a vest. You can't just come onto UTAS Stadium without a vest.
No, you can't.
It's very much vest-orientated environment.
Pink vest or red vest. It's really important.
You just have to wear a vest. Just pop one on and look like you know what you're doing. The ball's in the middle. Stevie Johns is going to get it. She'll tap it to herself with the boot. She'll be on the bike and try and get it back again.
Keep that one in, I think.
Yeah, and she's had to run about 70 metres to get the second touch. She then delivers it over the top. Hart's going to get it. Just sort of a Wade's Hart. Nice little bump made by Lowe. She's been a bit quiet, but that's good.
Nice little shepherd in there from Hayley Hart as well that just gave her teammate a little bit of time to pick the footy up.
Lilani, it's held up and a ball up. So we've got a couple of minutes left in the grand final. It's been a pretty exhausted. Liani Kiko actually gets up again. She's certainly competed really hard in this the grand final. She's been one of the better players, but she's also had a lot of work to do. It's been down there a lot. Palfreyman to the other number 7. Johns, low driving ball. Cheek gets in the way. She then quickly just kicks our defence a little bit too quick. Priya's there first. Round 1, round 2. Gets to 50. This is when she goes long. Drills it towards goal, but the wind... Gee, the wind did hold it up, but it still got out the back of the pack and nearly scored.
I reckon Alice has just told her that she needs to go back in the back line.
Just mention it. That'd be a very interesting bus trip home.
Yeah, I think so.
Having been a teacher yourself, Jay, or you're still a teacher, I should say, and myself, bus trips with teenage kids.
Yeah, particularly ones that have won grand finals. No, there'll be some music playing through the UE boom, I'd imagine.
We hope they enjoy it because they'll be back. We imagine, just chatting to a few teachers, we're hoping to get a g'day to a few of the high school principals down in Southern Tassie. We want you involved. Taroona, Rose Bay, Bayview, all the bays. We want you involved.
Absolutely. The more opportunity we give our girls to participate, girls and boys to participate, and it's more than just footy, it's the teamwork and it's the communication and the resilience that it teaches them. So these prospect girls, they might not take away any footy skills from today, but they'll certainly take away learnings around working with others. And
well, the memories are going to be grand for Clarence High School as they wander back down the Midlands. They've won the Hawks Cup. They've gone back-to-back in the Girls Hawks Cup 2023 winners, defeating Prospect High School, who were gallant all out today. 1964 Prospect didn't quite get on the scoreboard, and once again the Stevie John show continued. She bobbed up with multiple goals. Crow was great. Ivory kicked a couple in the first half. Triffett and Evie Ward also really dangerous with a couple of goals. Across the day, though, Stevie Johns, in the end, kicked 8 goals for the day. So that metric was pretty outstanding. The 0-0-0 for Prospect probably didn't reflect their effort. We'll have a few words from Jodie Clifford. I've got to rush down and do some medal presentations for the best players for both sides because Queechy have to get home. And Clarence about to head to the Epping Roadhouse. Jodie Clifford, thank you. And a few words from you.
yeah, just great to see the girls out there playing footy on the big field at UTAS Stadium, and it's a nice opportunity for them and to come out here and showcase their skills and be a part of a grand final. Obviously for Prospect is something that's really exciting and that these girls will remember, and even take away the scoreline, just being out there with their teammates and playing the sport that they love, something that they'll cherish forever. And obviously Clarence are a really strong team, and just looking over their list, hopefully a few of those girls will age out next year, and as they go on to...
They've got a few grade 7s, that's the problem.
Yeah, okay, so a few of their top ages will roll out, and then some of their grade 7s, 8s and 9s will get the opportunity to step up. So here's a call out to all the schools, particularly the public schools in the regions. Let's get amongst footy next year and see if we can stop Clarence from taking out the three-peat.
Yeah, and St Virgil's, St Brendan Shaw College and Prospect High, so the double for Prospect will be representing in tomorrow's Hawks Cup Boys Grand Final. I've been Aaron Roberts, Jodie Clifford. Thank you very much. It's been a great day. We're going to have some presentations and the awarding of the best players from both sides. It's bye for now.
Let's talk about speeding.
Sewage, check that out. Views are beautiful down here. Did you see that?
Jeez, Badge, I reckon I missed it. You just flew by.
When you're in control of a vehicle, you need to be aware of your speed.
What's the speed limit?
Oh, it's 100. Oh, you're right. I'm a touch over.
Be mindful of others and always travel within the speed limit.
Remember, Badge, we're not the only ones on the road.
That's a good call, man. I'll slow it down a bit.
There's some really simple things you can do to keep you safe on the roads.
Chatty,
Carlos, where you going, brother?
I'm just going for a KFC run.
You forget anything?
Just putting on a seatbelt will lower the risk of injury or even save your life.
Your seatbelt, you buffhead.
Oh, it's just 2 minutes down the road.
Yeah, but you better be safe than sorry.
We lose too many people that could have survived if they were wearing a seatbelt. Buckle up.
There's only one more thing I'm going to ask of you.
What do you want?
You know what I want, the wicked wings.
I'll get you some wicked wings.
I'll get you next time.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about driving when you're tired.
Mate, how good, what a game.
80-point turnaround, that was amazing.
You must be feeling pretty good. Kick 5.
7.
3 from the goal square.
Says you, that's half your career.
How are you feeling now? It's a fair drive?
To be honest, I'm pretty knackered.
When you're behind the wheel, you need to be alert.
We'll maybe throw us the keys?
Yeah, at least go for the first half.
Yeah, sounds good.
Let someone else drive when you're tired and share the journey.
You get the boot, about time you do something?
Driver fatigue is a major cause of accidents on the road. Break your journey, share the driving, and know your limits.
Let's talk about getting distracted while you're driving.
Have you checked to see who's playing this week?
Mate, you'll be fine. Stop checking the phone. Mate.
I want to know if you're playing.
Stop.
When you're driving, you've got to keep your wits about you. It's too easy to be distracted.
Hey mate, can you just pass me my phone?
Your phone.
I want to check who's playing this week.
But you're driving.
There's enough distractions on the road already without you causing your own.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Better safe than sorry.
Okay, you check it then.
Yeah, I'll check.
Let's talk about driving and alcohol. Frosty's 30th this weekend. You know it's going to be a huge one. What are we thinking? Are we going to go?
So I'm happy to drive us if you want.
That's so smart. It's a great idea.
Don't take risks. It won't only ruin your night, it could ruin your life.
Better to crash on the couch than on the road.
Done.
The Road Safety Advisory Council and the Hawthorn Footy Club come together
To reach our goal of 0 deaths,
and serious injuries on our roads.
but we can't do it alone.
We need our supporters to help reach this goal.
Slow down,
Buckle up.
Put your phones away.
and make sure to never drive when you're tired or after drinking.
Do we need that really?
Just in the protected zone there from Bailey as is.
Oh, there you go.
Move, yeah.
So the ball's been knocked up towards half forward. And just very casual at the side of the pack was Gemma Bosworth. She's one of the younger players in this Clarence High team, and she gets her first.
Yeah, as you can see.
When he's on match day, gets it over 20, he reckons. It's more than some of the players for Hawthorn. On the knees, little handball out to Priya. Spinning around on a right boot, swinging shot on goal. An electric finish. Quality work from Bowering.
Fantastic finish there by Priya Bowering. Just looking really dangerous around the contest here, Clarence. Obviously, see Devonport just trying to spot up a couple of marks and take the sting out of the game a little bit.
They're holding there that you get for being in the south.
Yeah, definitely. But,
you've got a long trip up, and you've got to get on off the bus onto a game, and then.
So it's just a fantastic. Obviously using the fat side there. Clarence come from the outer side there, chipped it into the middle, and then got a really good look at goal by hitting up at the footy again.
Stevie Johns now directly in front. Kicked 3 in the last game. And she's kicked her first here in game number 2.
Yeah, fantastic. As I said,
it's being knocked out towards Ratcliffe. Still inside the forward half. Quick handball over the top. Nearly found McDonald. McDonald again. Pressured with the kick. Loon. Johns round the corner. Quality finish. Having a little purple patch at the moment.
Just peppering the goals there.
Not even anyone. No one's score on Harper. Spins out, finds a player in the forward pocket. It's still in play. Wells has got it. Pressure from her. Then numbers can't. Sorius now handballs to Ward. Directly in front. And Evie Ward does what she did in the first game, and she kicks her first goal, which will be, oh, that hurts. Cramp straight up there.
Yeah.
Only had a little impact on the Hick Harding at her knees. Hard to compete with. Swooping through was Harper. And I reckon Olive Harding's given away a free kick, and that could be 50 metres. I don't reckon that was much malice in that. She just was frustrated more than anything, Olive.
Yeah, you can see the intensities there from the Devonport defenders. It's just, again, the ball's just not quite.
Oh no, she gave it a bit of a she gave it a heat, didn't she?
Bit of a hang.
And Maisie Wardroom's got a shot. We hope she won't have too much trouble with. She's pretty relaxed. She made John do some work, and she's got the goal.
Just see there, Asher Newnham just going off what hopefully is just a bit of cramp.
There's that angle. She gets it into the pocket. That's holding the ball. Thank you.
Great tackle. Again, that intensity there from Neve Harding it was this time.
She's probably been their best across the two games, hasn't she, Neve?
Yeah,
just quieter in this game, but
just defensively as well, but also really attacking the ball.
For Clarence, Lima in the pocket. Bowering picks it up from 50. At the back, for the first time, Stevie Johns has been beaten. She's had a wonderful day, although in saying that, she's had a lot of uncontested. So Clarence inside forward 50 at the moment. The Bowering girls have been great. We've had wonderful Stevie Johns with 5 goals. They're going to get the first shot on goal, and in the first opening minute, Clarence are away.
Yeah, it's good to see the girls running into the right spots there, and a nice open forward line makes it easy to score, doesn't it?
Loose. It's been thrown up by Boone. Still loose ball. That's probably holding the football now. The umpire says no, it's okay. Now it's gone in towards the hands of Ratcliffe again. Quick shot towards the goal. It's gone over the top of the fingertips, and Clarence have got the early lead here in the grand final. Little scrubby ball off the ground. Ward, and then on to Stevie Johns. In towards the half-forward line. Bowering just belts it. And the quick snap towards the goal. And Clarence have got their third. So a neat little finish then from him. That was Ivory. They're throwing their forwards around today.
Why Alice was like, let me have the footy.
Oh, she's tripped over a foot. So Crow's got it. She's been lively throughout the day. She's going to kick from 30 metres. She's got the wind behind her back. It's a decent breeze, as we can tell by the white smoke off the island. It's a low ball. It's drilling. It's straight. It's a goal.
Yeah, again, set up by Priya Bowering there, so...
Yeah, Hart's been... I mean, Neve was good in the last couple of games too. She was certainly the top couple of players for Devonport. Competed right to the very last minute.
We'll see Alice Bowering take the ruck in the forward line here.
Look at that. Protected the space and was able to get the handball, and this is where Clarence have been so good at being able to get shots. It's on towards Stevie Johns. She's done Stevie John things all day, and that is kicking goals. And that is, I think, goal number 6 for Stevie.
Priya, and she's obviously pretty athletic as well, so she'd be able to compete there around the ground.
You can see the two of them go in the ruck, and that was a nice little passage of play. It's been knocked out by Crow. Crow in the pockets. Can she find a little way through? She decides handball is the option. Spills it off, and a great little... passage of play. It's been knocked out by Crow. Crow in the pockets. Can she find a little way through? She decides handball is the option. Spills it off, and a great little goal from Evie Ward. Great work then from Crow to keep that ball live. Back, great defensive pressure coming through by Cheek. She needed to put a tackle on, and we'll have a throw up here.
This is where Prospect just need to be really accountable and make sure that everybody's standing with the player.
Nordstrom got it. It's on to the very dangerous Steve Johns. Goal number 7. And Clarence run away with the grand final victory. Stevie Johns, hasn't she?
She's probably unlucky there. She was in front.
Yeah, I reckon that one was a 50-50 one in the end, so we have a throw up here. Mahoney's got a big smile on her face. She's up against it. assist here. Tanisha's enjoyed the day as well. There's Stevie Johns rushing out of the pack to kick a goal. Doesn't feel fair, does it?
Thank you, Ryan.
No, it doesn't, but Stevie's been great in this game, both quarters, so she's been able to kick 2 this quarter.